Hey guys, RCT3 Imagineer here, and welcome back to the next episode of Prehistoric Kingdom. In today's episode, we will be focusing solely on building the Tyrannosaurus exhibit, so let's have some fun with that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is create a new, I guess you could say, area of the park, but since I'm not actually doing a good job with park planning, we'll just call it an expansion. So we're going to do a slight expansion of the park and create this little path outlay from the main part. I say main part, but I'm just really extending it out. Pretty good. And now let's add the fencing. So we are definitely going to want to have the strongest fencing available, which I believe is metal. So we're just going to add that. We're going to have to make it a nice big exhibit because I am going to feature multiple dinosaurs in this exhibit and they need to have enough space to roam around. So we got that edge down. Seems like we're going to have a little bit of a nice pentagon shape once we even out the other side. Alright, get that bottom half in and connect it down there. Alright, it looks pretty good. And instead of a pentagon, we ended up with a six-sided fence. So here I am just cycling through the dinosaurs to see which one I haven't done yet, just to make sure that I've covered everything but the Tyrannosaurus. And now we're going to go ahead and go back to creating the Tyrannosaurus and go through the skins. Personally, I like the Highland skin a lot. That's the one that just appeals the most to me for the feathered. Oh, but there's actually a scaly version. Ooh, this changes things. Alright, so let's make a couple scaly examples too. Okay, so Velociraptors still don't have a scaly version, so this was something that I downloaded in the demo. So there's only one skin type for the scaly, which is cool. So let's do a male version of that, and then we'll go back and do two female Tyrannosaurs, and do one feathered for that and one scaly. Alright, so back to the feathered, the Highland, and breed. Okay, so we're going to select all and place them into our new exhibit. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 Tyrannosaurs in this one exhibit. Let's hope they don't kill each other. But let's give a look-see at their skin textures. I have to say the feathered is quite cool and very realistic looking. But I will say the scaly is really fulfilling my Jurassic Park nerdiness right now. That looks really great. So let's just follow this around for a little bit. As you can see, the animations are quite nice. Great modeling, great skin. I approve of this dinosaur so much. Alright, let's check out the other one. There we go, the feathered version. That looks really awesome as well. very nice texturing with the feathers. It looks very natural, not too overdone, which I really appreciate. Here's the other feathered one, I believe. Yes, I think that's the male. Just like with the Velociraptors, this texture does not disappoint. I'm really excited to see how these interactions will be once the game is complete, to see if these dinosaurs will be territorial, depending on how many of them are in an exhibit, or if they'll just be pretty chill like they are right now, acting all buddy-buddy. Let's put some food in to make sure that they stay that way and don't end up killing each other. Add some water in too. We need a couple of those because they need a big drinking water source. And let's add in some shelters. I think the rock cave is going to add a really nice touch to this exhibit. Okay, so we've got one placed. And now let's work on placing the other one. Great. Okay, accidentally clicked on the wrong one. We're going to add in some rocks just for some effect. I'm not going to take the time and edit them to look exactly how I want, but we're just going to add them in for decoration. I figured I will save all that detail kind of work when the actual game comes out in full. Because once that comes out, I will be a lot more creative in my exhibit building and make sure it looks exactly how I want it to. But for the demo, I'm just testing things out to make sure they work and to give you guys an idea of what to expect when this game actually comes out. Okay, so now we're going to go through and delete the vegetation in the exhibit because I'm very particular with how I want this exhibit to look, and we're getting rid of all remnants of what was already in the exhibit when I built the fence. Okay, I think that should take care of it. So I guess there are different brush textures or brushes that I have not yet experimented with. I don't know if I'll do that today, but it's kind of cool to see that there's something like that. Let's go back to what we regularly use. And click on Pine Tree to get started with the building. Now for this exhibit, I'm going to go for a little bit of a Jurassic World feel from the movie, and that the Tyrannosaurus was in a very heavily forested area. So this will be a little bit of a spin on that. So we're going to have it very heavily forested to the back near the shelters, but close up towards the path, we're going to have it a little bit more open so that visitors can peer into the exhibit and see what's going on. So it's a little bit of an homage to both Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. But we're going to make this forest as thick as possible. They seem to like it. They're moving towards it, which is good. So now let's add these trees. We could probably increase the size a bit, get some more in there. There we are. All right, that looks pretty good. So let's add in another type of tree. Or scratch that, let's keep on adding more of the same tree. And a few of these trees in. And now for some smaller plants and brush. All right, and now for some flowers, just a little bit, not to go crazy, but just so that there's a little bit of a color contrast. I think that's pretty important. But we're only going to put it in the open spaces. All right, and now some bushes, which you can't really see going down because I think I'm zoomed out too far. Yeah, okay. I mean, they're there. And also outside the exhibit. Okay, let's go ahead and clean that up a little bit and delete some of them. And add a couple palm trees just for decoration. And we'll put them at the edge of the forest. Great. Alright, so let's check out this exhibit and see how we did. Oh, but as you can see, we have a little bit of a water utility issue here. So what we're going to have to do is, for that to be functioning, we need to go back and place the water pumping unit. So let's go find a water source, get that back in operation. I think it'd be easiest to put it right beside it. There. Great. Easy. Done. Alright, so now we can check out the exhibit and see how it looks. And that looks pretty cool. As you can see, we've got a dinosaur just kind of sitting on the ground and taking a chill. I don't know if that's natural for dinosaurs to take chill breaks, but that's what we're going to call it. Seems a little bit sleepy. The exhibit itself looks pretty natural, and that's exactly what I was going for. So we'll just take a look at this behavior, see what it's doing. It's just kind of sitting. Oops, sorry, zoomed out a little bit too much into the canopy. Let's check out this moving one over here. There we go. See, it looks very awesome in its natural habitat. And there's another dinosaur resting over there. Go check out that one. Oops, sorry, little control issues here. Come on. There we go. Cool. Looks really great. Oh, it's getting up. Alright, now we're going to go for a little walk with the T-Rex. A little bit of confliction with the trees there, but I don't really mind because I wanted to have them that close together. That was my fault. And I think it's going over to here to eat. Yeah, alright, so we're checking out the dining animation of this T-Rex here. It looks pretty cool. The motions are great. So we'll just check this out for a little bit. Watch it feast for a bit. And I think it's done eating. It's just kind of standing there. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So there you have it. That's your first look into prehistoric kingdoms, T-Rex. Even though I've finished building exhibits with all the animals, I'm still going to have some more episodes coming at you with some other features in this game. And maybe I'll do a few other things with this particular park. And I say quotations park because I just kind of threw all this together without really designing anything. But in the future, I'll do better. But for now, until next time, this is RCT3 Imagineer, signing off.